Now, coming back to the public procurement, the main element, I would say, I've already highlighted a few points. I suppose I don't have too much time, so I will try to be short and go to the points. What have we wanted to achieve? First of all, simplification. We believe that simplification is important, especially for companies, and in particular SMEs, but not only SMEs. So the issue, for instance, of documentation, and the type of documentation, and when you have to submit your documentation, we really wanted to have something which is much more simple, much more easy to apply for the companies themselves. Why do you need to produce thousands of pages of, a little bit exaggerating, hundreds of pages of certificates and documentation when you participate to a call for tender, and especially if you don't win the call for tender? Why do you have to submit these papers? Why do we create this cost for the companies? So, for instance, what we have said, you have to produce all these certificates only if you are the winner. If you are not the winner, you don't need to do it. This is one aspect, but we have many other elements like this, where basically we have tried to simplify, to make it easier for companies and to have also less administrative costs for them when they participate to call for tender. Second element, I already mentioned it to you. We believe that we need to take into account, protection of environment. And in this question, the issue of the life cycle cost is important for us. We believe that member states should not be forced, but at least should have the possibility to integrate the life cycle cost of a product or a service when they receive a call for tender. We believe it's an important way, basically, to take into account the defense of the environment. And so that's a possibility that we would like to keep and to maintain in our proposal. One other aspect which we believe is very important, this is the issue of innovation. We believe that it's important that member states encourage innovation. And we have created a new type of procedures, if it's being accepted by the Parliament and by the member states, of course, which basically would favor cooperation. That's a very simple idea. If a member state knows, or a public authority knows what this public authority wants to achieve, but doesn't know how to do it, then you will create a relationship with those participating to the bid to innovate and to find innovative solutions. So, we have not invented something magic, but we believe that if such a proposals could go through the legislative process, it would make a difference in some cases and some important cases to have more innovation in Europe. One aspect which I believe is also very important and on which I would like to insist, and that's also an aspect on which we have some negative reactions, and I'm a little bit surprised. I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, have a smartphone, you have a computer, you have access to internet. And what we want to achieve, what do we want to do with public procurement? We simply want electronic procurement to become a reality in Europe. And that's funny, we have not been very ambitious. We say we want electronic procurement to become a reality by 2016. In the internet world, 2016, it's the next century, if not the next millennium. Despite the fact that we have not been so ambitious, we feel that there are negative reactions from the member states and from the Parliament on this idea. Again, honestly, if I were in charge of a member state, which is totally unlikely, of course, but I would apply e-procurement now. I would do it now, because you can already do it without the legislative framework. You can do it now, you can develop it now, and you can make huge savings. You know which country is the most advanced in the field of e-procurement in Europe? I'm not talking outside of Europe. Most of the time when I'm not talking to experts, when I ask this question, I received, Scandinavian countries, Germany, UK, Portugal. Portugal is not the richest country in the world. It's not the richest country of Europe. Portugal is the most advanced in Europe with respect to e-procurement. Everything is done through e-procurement. And why? Simply because they've made huge savings. And what is even more interesting, because that's also an argument that I've heard many times, not only have they done huge savings, but also they've seen that many more SMEs are participating to the call for tenders. Because it's so easy. because it's much easier to do it through internet. So it's not a question, because I've heard the argument, you know, e-procurement would be detrimental for the SMEs, they will not be equipped, they will not be able to participate. But actually, when you look at the figures and when you look at the reality in Portugal, it's not true. They actually participate more to e-procurement. And we have made calculation, you know, it's a huge figure, but if we were to apply e-procurement in Europe, we could have savings of 100 billion euro a year. It's a lot of money still in the current context. Not enough to save Europe, but still it's a lot of money. So we believe e-procurement is something on which more political willingness should exist, more support should exist. But, you know, I'm the Commission. I'm not deciding at the end of the day. It's for the Member States and the Parliament to decide on that one. But still, we really believe that's an area where need to be done, and we need to be a little bit more ambitious. Because anyway, you know, I'm sorry to insist on that one, I believe it's an important one. If you go to Korea, which was not so advanced 30 years ago, 40 years ago, now if you go to Korea, all the public procurement is centralized, is done electronically, and even worse for the member state, but better for the companies. You are paid immediately as soon as you have delivered your product. Immediately you are paid by the central body. And then the central body will be reimbursed by the different local authorities which have actually purchased or wanted to have the body. It's efficient, it's working well, and they are making huge savings through this. I'm sure one day it will be like this in Europe. The question is, when? And do we have to wait and to lose so much money in the meantime? That's the message. But I keep insisting on this one because I believe it's important. Finally, where are we on the reform of the public procurement? I would say that member states have made a lot of progress, and the council work is progressing well. Parliament is also progressing well, but too well, I would say, because you have so many amendments for the moment which are on the table that I hope we'll still be able to find a consensus in a not too distant future. But I trust that the MEPs will be efficient as always and will deliver what we expect, which is something which is workable, which is modern, and which brings benefits to public entities and to companies. A win-win situation. Thank you very much.